Hey there, and welcome back to Trainwreck, an educational monster train series where I struggle at around 200 Pact Shards. Let me tell you, this has been a long weekend for me. I have had guests over all weekend. I think in a recent video I actually talked about this, and it has thrown my whole week off. It's Monday right now, I might just take the day off, honestly. I have been awake since 6 a.m. it looks like, and it's currently 8 a.m., and I'm just looking at the clock and wondering how in the world I'm going to work today because I am so out of it. The one challenge, and the biggest challenge for me, is that there's so much talking. My voice hurts. And more than anything, the socialization is so much effort that I just don't have the energy for any more. I almost was like, am I going to even record these videos? But the truth is, it's actually kind of nice to record these because despite the fact that I am talking a lot, which is its own challenge, this is not quite the same as me having a conversation with someone in real life who has expectations. I'm just kind of talking into the void and you all happen to be listening, and that's cool. It works out pretty well. So, this whole situation is a lot easier for me than actually trying to go have a conversation in a meeting with someone from NASA, right? That's just, ugh, do I want to do that today? I could get out of that meeting. It seems great. I should probably do it. Anyway, let's not overthink it. Let's play some Monster Train, huh? What are we doing today? It's Trainwreck, so that's exciting. Our previous run was with Cultivating Sentient. Oh no. You know what that means. That means today is Tethys. Oh, I had to do it to myself, didn't I? Sometimes you win the lottery and your next run is Primordium and you're feeling pretty good about it. And then sometimes your next run is Tethys. And it has to happen eventually, right? Eventually it's going to happen. And the fact that it's today of all days, oof, making me reconsider finishing this episode. But we'll push through. We will continue. So anyway, our previous run was Cultivating 3. This was a front line we had triple Enforcer infused drafts with plus 25 and multi-strike. Awesome, good stuff. There was also a really nice draft infused Lady of the, was it not reformed, Lady of the House, which helped a bit in the mid game. She was actually quite relevant there. Ultimately, this played out with a first Hell Pack boosted Awoken and Waxen Spike, which was awesome. It went nuts, drawing tons of cards, very fast. Resin removal did an excellent job, so honestly, great work overall. A good run, and I think we even, if memory serves, I think it was resin removal into Diligent, which was pretty awesome to see. Just disarming all of his stealth. Fantastic. And yes, now we have to play Tethys. Incredible. Maybe I'll just hit Founding Seal or something and this run will be easy. Right? Definitely 100% will happen. Absolutely no doubts in my mind. Great. Alright, well I have nothing else to say, so let's go ahead and play some Monster Train. So as always, do like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. These things are cool and awesome and appreciated. And yes, let's play the game. Clicking the button. I'm doing it. You can't stop me. I don't know what I expected. I was expecting dregs, and I got primitive molds. It's not bad, but I don't know, I was hoping for root seeds, maybe. That's kind of always what I'm hoping for. Although Wormkin would have also been nice. Just a really strong ping, like Fracture would have been great. I was also thinking like Torch would be cool here. I don't know. We'll see. This is fine. I don't hate this clan combo. You can get Tethys killed and then reform her. It's certainly better than the alternative of having dregs, so we'll take it. Alright, hope you're all doing well today. I've already talked about how I'm doing. It's not bad, but it is drained. I'm very drained right now. I went back and forth on whether I would even get to recording this week or not, and I almost didn't. Yeah, I almost didn't, but it's all good. We will push through because it's nice to record, and I think this is some measure of return to normalcy for me, which I will certainly take. Alright, so we are today, as I've kind of alluded to, default Stygian, Exile melting. We're facing pushback Talos. Hooray! Rage fell, Sap Seraph. All fine. Ice Tornado, Dripfall, Unnamed Tome are our starting cards. These are good, right? Dripfall lets me reorganize floors. I'm always a fan of that. Ice Tornado is not great, but at least I'm not at risk of discarding them. It's fine, I suppose. And Unnamed Tome is fantastic. Always happy to have that. Temples today are on 2, 4, 5, and 7. So 8 units. Yes, that's 8 units are needed to fully infuse everything. If I need to go that route, I may or may not need to. We'll see. It's a pretty good spread, though. I'm okay with kind of getting some early, some mid, some late. It's not exactly the way I'd like it. In an ideal world, you always have something on Ring 8 that's a temple. It's the best time to do everything, pretty much, so I like it when the temples line up with that, but it's fine either way. At least we get something post-Fel, so that works out. Dupes today are on 8, of course, on the magic side, nothing fancy. There's one on 7 here, it's got nothing good with it, and it's competing with a really good steel shop. So I guess it depends on the state of our steel shop units at that point, but it might be okay. Ring 6 does have another Vortex Magic Shop. That's pretty good. Steel Shop with a Horde. It's alright. Both sides okay here. Random Trinket Shop Vortex on 5. Unlikely we have enough money, but I suppose it's possible. No Steel on 5, competing with the Magic. There's a Removal Dupe Remnant Banner on 4. Interesting. We don't have many steel shops prior to that, so I'm not sure we'll be able to use this very effectively, but you never know, I suppose. We could have a really good spell, maybe. We'd have to draft something on Ring 2, upgrade it on Ring 2, and then carry it. I mean, it's possible, right? There is the steel shop there. Ring 3 is not great. We have the magic shop with health. There is a Stygian banner competing, which is probably the angle I go with. The Horde there alongside. A lot of good stuff there, potentially. Steel Shop on 2 with Stygian banner forced. Better than the Remnant banner, I'll take that. The nice thing about it is that Tethys usually plays better with Stygian units, generally speaking. It's not a hard and fast rule, but usually it works out that way. Conduit, of course, with Incant is a well-played solution, but it's also very difficult to keep her alive without starting dazed or something. So a little tricky, at least on Trainwreck and in the Divinity. But the other part of it is just that Stygian units are a lot more straightforward than melting units. Melting units require assembling things like you have to have the draft to make the Paraffin Enforcer better, for instance. You don't have to officially, you could just roll multi-strikes, but at the same time, it helps a lot. Alright, let's look at the Forge first. It seems decent. We're going to take Chillwind because it helps with everything we're trying to do. I'm not going to go Conduit here. You reasonably could, but I'm not going to. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I think Frostbite helps a lot more in the early game, and that's usually when I need her help the most, so... Mold Braces is going to do good work in the early game. Cheater's Hand is Baby Permafrost. It's kind of annoying. I don't know if we need that. I'm going to take Mold Braces. This will be more effective overall. Am I strong enough for this Horde? We have Drip Falls. We have Ice Tornadoes. I think so. Hammered Chest Plates. Lightstone Casing. It's not bad to take a Lightstone Casing, but I don't like how prospective it is. There was a Volatile Gauge Conduit opener here, but it only would have affected some of our cards. I don't think it would have been that good. Hammered Chestplates is boring. It's quite boring, in fact. I don't like an early Lightstone Casing, though, because we're going to need to go to the Steel Shop, and then we're not seeing a Magic Shop for a while, it looks like. Pretty unlikely. I think we're just going to take the Hammered Chestplates and hopefully improve our early game situation. It's not fantastic, but it's fine. We get Clergy. Can I take the Spikes Trial? Probably, actually. I could potentially Elevator Tethys. It's an option. I mean, this is as simple as something like Frozen Lance, Frozen Lance. Now, I could do, like, Tethys double Train Stewards here. I actually think that's probably correct. Save the Ember Drain. Giving up that, you know, the other part of it is not ideal, but fine. Yeah, it's like a dead turn here. I can't do anything to this collector. It's really unfortunate, so fair enough. Play, what, one Ice Tornado setup upstairs? It's a decent turn. And then do I play another one up top? It's pretty okay. It's not a bad idea to Frozen Lance drip here. I'm gonna have to fight them eventually, is the thing. It's not terrible. This Unnamed Tome does basically nothing, but sure. Maybe I draw some Frozen Lances here, that would be nice. Okay, we take one Frozen Lance. May as well play the the Unnamed Tome. Now, if I play double Trained Stewards, 13-13, we get 9, 1 pop through. He's going to kill one dude, which is respectable. Actually, we get through 2. That's actually much better. So, alright, great. And then I think this next turn is... Ah, yes, it's actually the Mold Braces that does it. So, Unnamed Tome doesn't do anything. Actually, incredibly, we do live this. I'm just going to hit the Ice Tornado, though. It makes this stronger. I tell you what, Mold Braces really pulled through there, so we'll take it. We at least get the trial, it's fine. Crypt Builder. It's a better card than Ice Tornado in a big way. I actually don't hate upgrading it. Titan's Gratitude could be okay here too, in sort of an odd fashion. The annoying thing is that a 10 in Piercing doesn't carry it over 100, so it really needs something else. The problem with Crypt Builder, of course, is that it's expensive, and I don't have an offering token. There are other solutions for it, of course. We could maybe see one. We don't have any of them right now, right? You know, Deep Offering, things like that. Frenzied Swarm can certainly play nicely with the Crypt Builder. Titan's Gratitude is more playable initially. Am I going to take the Titan's Gratitude just because it's 1 cost? I don't have a good -2 target. No, Ice Tornado does not count. I'm going to take the Crypt Builder. I think we can do more with it. It's got to be the Stealth Tomb, right? Has to be. This is huge survivability for a floor. Huge. And we already have the primitive molds. Yeah, it gives me something here. I think the Stealth Tomb is better on this situation than the Explosive. We'll go to the right. What do I see? Quick, Incant Armor 2. Eel Gorgon. I mean, I click this, right? Pretty much always click this. I think so. It's a multi-strike in the worst case with that infusion. It's better than the Guard. Guard is much stronger into the early game, but I think the Eel Gorgon actually like gives us a plan for this run. We see a +30. I'm going to put it into a Crypt Builder, I think. There's really no reason not to. We have to take Pact Shards. The +25. Am I just going to go for stats here? Probably. I could re-roll this. I have a decent shot, 115 or less, of hitting what? Large Stone would be fine? Well, it's not ideal. I actually do think the smaller stuff is better. I think we should take this. We need this +25. We need stats. Like, I'm not even kidding. Miss a multi-strike, but the 95 gold multi-strike. We didn't have anything we could put this in anyway. It's not like Eel Gorgon is a good candidate for it. I'm just going to take a Battle Stone here. That's a pretty decent pickup, and I'll put a Burnout 1 in the Stealth Tomb. And that's honestly not a bad shop, even though I ended up not getting a multi-strike. +30 goes in the Crypt Builder. The Purge here is, wait for it, you heard it here first, an Ice Tornado. I'm not going to do an infusion here. No, this doesn't do anything for me. Let's move on. Sure, we have a Eel Gorgon. It should be fine. I will take the unit draft. I really would like to see something that benefits from stats. We could actually go Paraffin Enforcer here, oddly enough. The hardest part will be getting Burnout onto the dude, but, you know, fair enough. Blast one guy mid-floor. Okay. Alright, Stealth Tomb doing great work. Yeah, we will take that. I'm going to pop one and pop... Oh, we actually killed them both. Incredible news. Where am I taking this damage from? They don't have revenge or anything, right? Oh, I get it, because I'm getting armor from mold braces that's getting wasted. Got it. Alright. It's like, why is this showing a 0? And it makes sense, because we get the armor, but then it gets removed. Yes. We can reform and will reform. Fantastic. Put a trained steward out. Doesn't really matter too much what I do from here. I am going to... I'll hold the unnamed tome. I want to Ice Tornado bottom. It's a bummer. I was hoping to hit the Infiltrator here, but it'll have to do. Okay, we at least get out. Although, actually, I think we can just guarantee free this up by Crypt Buildering here, and it's fine. Yeah, fair enough. Single Crypt Builder puts that man down. Alright, we did okay. Ugh, no offering token. Crypt Builder, Ice Tornado, I don't want big cards. Crystallis, I don't want that for a -2 target. Let's just skip these. Not what I want. Draft? No? Purifying Cleanse? I think it has to be Purifying Cleanse. Does it? The biggest challenge you face here is... I don't mind the Paraffin Enforcer angle for Eelgorgon. The hardest part is you need something like Holdover, Wicklash, or whatever in order to give him the burnout consistently so he generates rage on his hits. And then, of course, he burns all of these stats, right? They're all gone, is the problem. But it does make for a strong turn. What I'm really looking for... This clan combo doesn't have great solutions for this. You're basically looking at Siren of the Sea, right? That's pretty much it. The draft doesn't do much for us. I don't hate it, though. Purifying Cleanse, is that it? Maybe the heal is better? I'm going to take this Purifying Cleanse. It seems right. Nameless Siren. Okay, so... These are all good units, showing up a little bit late. Consider this, if I had any of these, like Nameless Siren, Paraffin Enforcer, and then seen that 95 gold multi-strike, I feel good. But the order of operations here really messes it up. Now, Paraffin Enforcer is a super doable choice. It's just difficult. I skipped the draft. I was never going to take the draft into the Eelgorgon. We need stats. There's a Siren possibility coming up. Stygian banner, yeah. Do I take something like... No, it's not Guard. I want to play into Stealth Tomb. I was like, did I take Guard of the Unnamed here? No. I think we take the Enforcer and we see if we can maybe pull some shenanigans off. You can make this work. I've done it before, but I usually have something like a Holdover Wicklash walking into it. We don't have that here. It's better than the Nameless Siren, at least. It's true. I wish this clan just generally had better answers for this, right? Like, you'd think Stygian would have something other than just Siren of the Sea. I'm going to take the Enforcer. I think we need to do something like this, but... I don't like it. I am definitely going for the Stygian banner here. You can't stop me for sure. Okay, great. We actually see the Siren of the Sea. That is a much stronger, much more generally applicable solution here. We're going to take the Horde. Fade's First Blade. Resin Block is fun. You can reform the Eelgorgons if they die. This actually opens up some extremely fun, what is it, Hallowed Halls lines. You have to be careful because they come back with Burnout 1, then Burnout instead of using the Resolve triggers, but... It's fine. Or will that... Does Resolve trigger before Burnout? I have to remind myself. I think it does in non-relentless turns. Right? Am I crazy? Maybe not. Well, I'll take the Resin Block anyway. Stats are stats. I think it's better than anything else we could get here. I'll take this Horde in the middle. Combustible Wax. Actually, that's kind of fun. Jackstrips is actually... very reasonably stronger here. I don't see myself going... Actually, I don't really want Burnout 4 Molten Encasement. I think the Jackstrips actually is really good here. This will help a lot with a lot of things. Yeah, let's look at the cave now. Ugh, of course it's Malika. the worst event in the game. It has some advantages, but it's really a bummer when you see it. Let me tell you, that's no fun. Okay, so the angle here is for sure heal Gorgon. We're gonna put the Siren in. Do I want Tethys on this floor? Maybe. I do have a Silence Tome for Talos. Let's go ahead. I think Tethys will represent more value here. I'll put the Siren in. I think it's reasonable. Cool, we just play the Purifying Cleanse up top, and then I am just going to absolutely blast this guy on middle. There's no reason not to. I realize it's not an incamp, but we take it anyway. Give me the stealth, bummer. Well, fair enough. This is acceptable. The pushback is not great. Not a super fan, but it'll do. Alright, Unnamed Tome is your friend. I am going to click the Ice Tornado here, though. I think it represents more overall value. I could have Unnamed Tomed and stopped some of this, but it's fine, right? It's okay. See, this is it, right? You can't Molten Encasement on this floor, which is a bit of a bummer. Do I Unnamed Tome this just openly, hoping for the best? It does push a lot of damage through. Yeah, I do it. Yeah, it does push so much damage through. It's well worth it, I think. Okay. Now, this is the turn that I'm really most concerned with, which is, you know, what it is, but... Oh, great. Take 18 damage to the Pyre. Fantastic. Well, that's Monster Train for you. This looks real not good. Gonna be honest with you. This just seems bad. Yeah, this just seems not good, if I'm being honest with you. This math doesn't check out. Having Gorgon in front like this, eating dirt like that, like, the way this played out did not work well. I think in hindsight, I mean, this is the Trainwreck, so I am going to go ahead and re-roll this. I don't feel bad about it. But we only got bopped once by Talos, not twice. So that's sort of the struggle we're dealing with. I think we will have the best solution. 331 is not enough. And we have no defense here, so, like, really, I mean, yeah, look at this. This is how you lose. Although, this actually does push 300 shockingly. Regardless. We're going back to the main menu here. We're going to go forward and try again. Okay, so... I was right initially when I was hesitant about this. We want to do Gorgon Tethys, but we don't put the Siren on that floor. We want to try to generate some stealth here. I will take Paraffin Enforcer in front on this one. There's no real reason to incant upstairs here, so I think we can do some cheeky stuff a little bit. We'll push some damage numbers. Should be fine. And now here it's like, okay, what do you do? Well, we just face tank with some of this and then push numbers, and that's alright. Guy dies, but that's okay. We're not mad about it, right? And then here we can... Interesting. I could primitive mold, which is fun, and this face tanks a bit, which is good. And then a single, I think, Frozen Lance pushes it there. I could and should consider silencing the boss here, and then dripping her off the floor. Yes, this is... We've done this better. Now we can Stealth Tomb upstairs, which is legit. Great. Alright, we lose the Siren. It's not ideal. I hit the Ice Tornado here, however, and that is honestly the probable best state. We ended up with a lot more health here. I'd like to try to reform back some things. Yeah, not what I was looking for on this one, but it could be worse. Yeah, this is still not great. I need Stealth Tomb or something here. Alright, we at least hit the Stealth Tomb, which is good. I definitely need to incant here. Numbers are numbers. Yeah, you know, we don't actually push it, but I do get... What is this? I take less damage on the whole. It's just, what, one round, I believe? Yeah, it's just one round through. Okay, I'll take it. Honestly, 25 health is better than taking the 18, so we'll go with it. We get Intent on Death. They do show us the Hallowed Halls. This is actually quite decent with Gorgon here. I'm going to take that. Okay. Lady of the House is a legit infusion, too. I'll be honest with you. You could just airdrop in some big stat numbers. Interesting. Removal dupe action. I could go Siren of the Sea here. Huh. We're given some choices here that I do enjoy. 1530 is a pretty decent play. The burnout just clears off. Basically, what, 15 incants for damage? Now, we'll do better than 15 incants over the course of the combat. The question is it front-loaded enough? I mean, the nice thing about the Siren of the Sea, don't forget it actually does add 5 attack, so kind of gives a little bit of a boost. I think we're going to go with the Siren because I already have it, right? I already own this unit, which I think is important to consider. So let's move on. Okay, draw cards, please. I think this is going to be the way to go. We'll go to the right. Yes. Alright, we're going to go to the temple. Spell Chain Intrinsic. Spell Chain first on Hallowed Halls, always a gamble. The question then becomes, do you see the -2? We're not guaranteed to see the -2. Always a risk. We're going to do the infusion at least. We know what we're doing. It's Siren into this Eel Gorgon. Great. Stats. Man, if you can get Spell Chain -2 Hallowed Halls and then dupe a bunch here, you're in a pretty good position. The Intrinsic is... I don't know what that's going to go into. Maybe the Unnamed Tome? We'll see. The Tethys upgrade? Alright, I'll take Sweep. That's pretty decent. Yeah, that's pretty decent. She now is a really useful part of a Hallowed Halls line. Banner. Big Sludge. That's funny. I don't know if I don't think I need this dude for anything. So I think we just kind of skip him, but it is entertaining. I want to dupe the Eel Gorgon here. Yes. Yes. Okay. What is your plan for this run? I'd really like tons of Hallowed Halls. Yeah, could I do it with a -1 on that? It'd be so expensive. I would need Ember or something like Split Anvil. I do think this adds enough value. I should take this now. Yeah, I think so. The cuts here are going to be interesting. It's probably just the expensive spells that aren't answering anything. Unfortunately, there's a lot of argument to removing units here. Let's take the Hallowed Hall Spell Chain. I do think that's right. The Intrinsic, we'll put it into what? Unnamed Tome? Sure. I think it's a lot of Pact Shards, but fine. Let's think about this. Magic Shop, probably next. Probably. If I remove all my units, how do I get to 200, right? Assume I get the 25, 35, 60, 70. Dupe. Okay. Dupe the hollow halls. We get there. So I think we actually can remove all these units. So with that in mind, I would like very much to not have Paraffin Enforcer here, and I will cut a Train Steward. Hold on to 2 of them, but that at least gives us something. I want to make sure I can at least... Oh, this is going to be spiced out. Yikes. Okay, fun. Yeah, Clipped Guard. He's going to have 3 attacks. We have to play bottom floor or it's over, pretty much. Is spell damage relevant at all? I mean, it's basically just this Crypt Builder, which is, I'm going to admit, decently valuable. Can I live this combat? If I think I can. There's only that one card. What am I going to be afraid of? Frozen Lances? Okay. Unnamed Tome helps a lot on the boss. Let's go ahead and do Molten Encasement, Gorgon, Tethys here. Decent. We're going to keep playing Primitive Mold. How do I feel about this? This floor does 1 billion D damage to me, right? Yeah, this floor pretty much murders me. They go up to what? 17, 34 damage on a floor. This guy, I think, regen happens before Frostbite, so this doesn't actually benefit me. This does kind of clean up a little bit, but I don't know. Bottom floor angle here is risky. I might need to play top floor and angle this for an unnamed tome. These men are gonna completely blast me, right? Huge damage numbers. Yeah, he heals first. Alright, there was no chance of this. Alright, I think we go top floor actually, and we aim for a... It's tough. It's a really decent bottom floor play is the problem with this. I don't think we want to commit the resolve triggers here. I think we do play into top here. As crazy as it sounds. And then I want to put the Molten Encasement in the floor. Yeah. Now this means I don't get Tethys, or don't get this other thing. Right? It's interesting. I think I will put the Stealth Tomb down, and then what? Why would I drip that thing? I don't know. For fun, maybe? I'm not sure. Okay, he's in front at least. Can I get that in any way? Reasonably? Am I going to click Frozen Lands bottom floor just for the collector and then eat absolute dirt upstairs? I don't know. This seems bad too. This guy completely pummels me. Well, I don't know about this. I mean, I'll click the Hallowed Halls. No one's really happy with it. Yeah, look at this. Burnout does apply in the order. So that's actually useful to know. Do you wish to drip fall? I think we're okay. Just click this stuff out the way it is. Now I can reform that Tethys. Right? You bring Tethys in. And then we put Tethys in front here. And this is probably pretty decent. I don't hate it, at least. You must freeze the man downstairs. We must, I think we have to drip fall something off this floor, right? She 45 sweeps through. Maybe we actually get it? No, wait, the math doesn't check out. Oh, you're dying to the Frostbite? Should have dripped him. That's a stupid move. I want that 17 health back. This is why the game needs an undo option, because I don't have the time to run the math, and yeah, pretty much that. This might actually be the way we play this, right? I think this is the way we play this, and it's kind of bizarre, but I think it's good. We are going to pull back the Molten Encasement here. I think it's right to do this. Yes, I think it's right to do this. Now, can we get away with... There's no reason to take this hit, I think. I think it's worth more to save this health. Yeah, probably so. Okay. Ouch. Alright, we have to take that hit, unfortunately. Now, I do think there's serious value in getting Tethys shot here. Like, just in general, this is a high-value play. I'm a fan of it. I do wish for my friend in the back to continue to live, which is good. I would like to flip up these floors a little bit. Let's drop one of these guys. Yeah, it's fine. He swings first, then passes away. Okay, bring back Tethys. It's good to do it. Incoming Tethys angle. Burnout extension on Tethys. Great work. And we're going to drip here on bottom. We will take the incant. Okay, we're fine. Alright, I think we have solved this now, based on the order. We must unnamed tome the boss. Primitive mold, and then we bring the stealth tomb back. I mean, the fact that the stealth tomb is doing 50 damage is, let me be clear, I think obnoxious, but interesting all the same. Would have preferred some other solution here, I suppose, but fine. We at least do get some stealth here, which is maybe no bueno, but it could have been worse. Man, we get through this? That's unreal. Okay, fair enough. It's enough turns, I suppose. Really is, I mean, this stealth tomb did a great job. I mean, 34 damage, we get through it, right? Click Ice Storm, I think. Yeah, Click Ice Storm. It's a good spell. We'll take it. Okay, alright, fair enough. Engulfed in Smoke is a weird mix for these Ilgorgons. Wicked Blaze does give 20 damage to anything that dies, which is nice. Engulfed in Smoke's a real weird spell. It's not bad. Am I going to take the -2 in it? No, not a chance. I'm going to a magic shop, though. What gets my -1s? It really depends a lot on what I run into, but I could take a Subsuming Blade and have an actual ping. I don't hate that. I actually think that's probably pretty good. A lot of interesting choices here. I think we should take one of these. Stealth is weird with the Gorgons, but I do think it's viable for a one-turn kind of stealth situation. It also isn't terrible into Relentless because you don't have a resolve trigger there, so you can get 2 turns for sure. Wicked Blaze is good. I think it's redundant a little with the primitive molds, and I'd really prefer to lean into Hallowed Halls. It's my least favorite choice. Subsuming Blade is good to have a ping in general. I think that's just generally going to be high value. I think we take the Subsuming Blade here. I think it's a better fit overall. Okay. You want to take Pact Shards for 20 health? No, not really. It's not a good ratio. You need to pay out a lot more health here. We're going left, for sure. I have some money. There is stuff we could see at the Trinket Shop that would be good, but I think the Magic Shop simply offers more overall. No, minus... Unfortunate. It's a really good upgrade set for our friend Ice Storm. We get a holdover. Holdover Hallowed Halls with a spell chain is essentially unplayable. It's very entertaining, though. We could do the Holdover Purifying Cleanse for funsies. I don't love that. Do I commit a -1 here? We have another chance. Is it worth it? What is this cave? The cave most likely is a unit upgrade, but it could be something else. We'll take the cave first. I want to think about this option. It's a Rail Spike. Spell Rail Spike. I mean, that does just get rid of Ice Tornado at least, which is reasonable. Not just reasonable, but it makes it a playable card. Yeah, sure. I'll burn Ice Tornado this way. Yeah, that's fine. A kind of a whatever situation. Now, do I fully upgrade Ice Storm here? It's a decent play. I kind of would prefer the 10 and piercing and the +30 here. Crypt Builder 260. It's a good spell. Really good spell, in fact. The real question is just, do we do like a +30 holdover on Ice Storm? Is that good enough? It's a pretty decent, it's a great spell. Let me be clear. It's actually a quite good spell. Doing 150 with a reasonable spread. It's pretty strong. If I'm being honest with you, that's pretty strong. I mean, you see here, this is immediately when the Lightstone Casing pays off, right? So, in hindsight... Yeah, in hindsight, let's think through this. Mold Braces, I'm pretty sure, is the only reason our run is still alive. So I don't think we can actually go back and say that Lightstone Casing was wrong. Or rather, was correct. I think... Obviously, Lightstone Casing pays out now, but I don't think we make it this far. 21 health left. I mean, I'm pretty sure we lose 21 health from not having this Mold Braces. I don't know, man. That's a tough call. That's a tough call. It was the Mold Braces one, right? Not the Hammered Chest Plates? Debatable. I don't actually remember. Anyway, the question, basically this comes down to we would have a +30, +10 in piercing, holdover Ice Storm, which is nuts. Or we could do it with 0 cost, which is also nuts. So you know there's value. I think... A holdover is a really interesting challenge, because I preemptively spell chained the Hallowed Halls, which is... you know, risky, because you're kind of banking on a cost reduction here. So that's that. I'd love to hold out for the hope of a -2, because if we go, say, for instance, left on ring 7, then we see a -2, and then I immediately dupe the Hellvent for that -2 spell chain Hallowed Halls, that's winning. That is a winning play. So, cool. It's great to win, right? We like that. So that's... hopeful. That's now a 1 in 3 though, which is unlikely, but possible. Holdover on it is not possible at all. This is a no possibility. Cannot afford it. At that point, you're just paying 2 Ember to create trash in your deck. So the question is, what do you hold over? We could hold over Dripfall at 0 cost. Is actually probably pretty good, if I'm being honest with you. I actually think that's pretty great. Yeah, you know what? I actually think that's pretty great. Let's go ahead and Ice Storm hype here, and then we're going to hold over a 0 cost Dripfall. And that will be the plan. I think this is doable. The +10 here, I'm going to put this into a Purifying Cleanse so I have a decent heal. What do I get on a reroll? It's a -1. I'll take the -1. For sure. 20 consume. Honestly, Frozen Lands, get out of here, bud. Double stack. No. Can I get away with removing all my stuff? Maybe. I could also do an infusion here and then just remove the thing. I don't think I actually need it, though. Look at this. We're at 145, 155. This goes 180, 190, and I'm definitely duping something here, so I think we're actually just fine. I think we just cut units to stop thinking about them. I'm going to make Subsuming Blade cost 1, so I actually use this card, and I am going to cut Train Stewards. These things get in my way in a nasty way. This will be good. Alright, so I do not do anything here. Moving on. There's a non-zero chance, by the way, of a... No, I'm honestly not going to be playing into looking for Endless for this Molten Encasement. We just move on here. It's fine. Okay, I think this is doable. Aggressive Amulet should be playable. Playable, you know. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to play Siren. I'm going to take space, I think, coming up. I'm debating how I want to exactly approach this, but I think it is space. Well, because I'd love nothing more than to... How do I keep a floor alive with this Eel Gorgon? It's a great question, right? It's a fantastic question. I'm going to just incant upstairs. I think that's reasonable. I'm over here just like, do I play the second Siren of the Sea, buddy? You could also do this without Tethys on a floor, and it's potentially possible. So it's not unreasonable. It's a decent floor, actually. This gets the fine kill. I think we go ahead and we just keep tripping on the bottom, and we're going to blast mid-floor. That helps a lot. We'll incant a couple times here, and it's actually, we can reform that dude, and that's going to be fine, I'm pretty sure. We actually don't re-roll correctly, but we hit a Hallowed Halls, which is pretty decent. Great, I think. We keep Tethys afloat. Seems good. I'm going to... Ice Tornado bottom floor. Seems good to me. And now here, it doesn't really matter what I do, but I am going to click the Frozen Lance, I believe. The Drip Fall is kind of a whatever choice for the moment. This could potentially and will eventually. Hey, look, by the way, first action, Primitive Mold, let's go. Eel Gorgon, drop in. We like this. Is it actually good that you die? I don't know. I can and should try to scale my unit. Subsuming Blade. Incredible. I'm actually going to go ahead and drip this off the floor. I know it's weird, but I think it's fine. Do we just click this and go ham? Maybe. Yeah, sure. Tethys in front is not ideal, but I don't hate it. I'm actually going to go ahead and drip this guy off the floor so she dies exactly. And then I can reform her in the back. As bizarre as this is gonna look. You know, I don't hate it. Sure. This is definitely good, right? 100%? We just go for big turns. I mean, actually, this is cracked. I don't know what I was concerned with. The run, it's actually free. We just 1-2 turn Harpy here. Unreal. Okay, I mean, yeah. Turns out Resin Block Reforming is decent. Deep Offering is probably a great card. It's hard to say no to this, but it also doesn't really do anything for me. Magic Shops are high value. Yeah, it's Magic Shop angle. We'll take the Deep Offering. It's a good card. We'll grab it. Votavary is amusing. Votavary, actually, amusingly, is a really good infusion for Molten Encasement. Yeah, sure. Votavary is basically free, I think. We can take 6 damage a turn. I'm going to go to the right. Take the Pyramanes, the health. Look at the Magic Shop again. The -1 is always value here. We'll make Subsuming Blade free. A +10. I'll give 35 health to Purifying Cleanse. This Permafrost, I don't think is it in any sense. We'll go ahead and reroll another holdover. Really making me think about it. You ever want a second holdover Dripfall? Not really, but maybe? Not really, but maybe. We're going to cut Train Steward, get that guy out of here. I'm going to drop one of my Frozen Lances here. They're good 20 consumed targets, but I think the primitive molds are just generally going to be more useful overall. Yeah, we'll drop it. Fine. You want a second Dripfall holdover? I really don't think I do, but it's amusing to think about. It is amusing to think about. Let's make Dripfall free, though. I like this card enough. I'd like to keep it. 20 consume here is good on Frozen Lands. Great. We can burn some junk. Now, do I buy a removal on more junk? Very possibly. Because consider, the more I remove here, the better off I am, and just draw this Ice Storm a billion times is pretty much optimal. We are seeing enough magic shops coming up, at least the one. I'd like to keep the remaining 2 Frozen Lances. So I think this is going to be a primitive mold drop here. Just one. Just one. And then we move on. We should get through this, right? I think we get through this. It's always tough because this is a run where I normally would never run this at 155 shards. This is a tricky run that I'm not certain about. This is actually, I think we're going to go like so. And I am going to play the Molten Encasement for the Burnout. Could have done this in a different order, perhaps, but I think this is better. Alright. Yeah, Votavary, just get shot, is basically the angle. Just 100% keep getting shot here. Let's play Frozen Lands Consume. I'll drip the statue just so that I get the incant off and can shoot through. We actually do push some numbers to the boss, which is fine. Votavary is literally free. We'll just keep playing it. Just gonna blow up this floor. Goodbye. Great work. Frozen Lance. I will play the primitive mold here. There's no reason not to. I mean, I guess the Ember Drain is a little bit of a bummer. Yeah, it's a bummer. I'll give you that. Subsuming Blade is your friend. This is good damage. Great work. I am going to Purifying Cleanse in back here. I will just kind of get something. Votavary can get shot, and that's great news. We'll keep incanting here. I think it is worth it to do it. Pushing more Frostbite through to Fel here is worth it as well. So we'll do that too. Holding on to Dripfall is probably not necessary. I guess I could get Tethys shot and I don't hate it. Well, I don't really want to do that. Let's just drop this. It's fine, right? I think we just drop it and it's okay. Now here's your question. Do you ever just Dripfall Tethys out and then Hallowed Halls? Or do I just Hallowed Halls send it here? I'll Hallowed Halls send it here. I think that's fine. Sure, yeah, this definitely works in my favor. The stupid Molten Encasement is the only survivor. Absolutely normal and good. Great, sure. Why not? Incredible news. Now, as far as this Dripfall goes, what am I actually going to drip? I'm thinking of dropping one of the heavies on middle. This seems strange, but trust me on this one. It's good. Trust me. Trust. Super trust. Votavary, go get shot somewhere. Primitive mold. Primitive mold. Alright, now we're cooking. Gorgon can land. Exceptional news. I could have actually put Tethys in front, and that would have been pretty decent, but... Continue incanting. Now, Do I actually want all these units on one floor? Absolutely not. Send one of these goons back down for round 2. Alright, good job. Now, she's going to ride upstairs, I think, here, right? Yeah, I was going to say she has to. Pretty sure it is a moral requirement. So, I could potentially really assemble a very scary boss play here, and I do like it a lot. Gonna go ahead and keep scaling Subsuming Blade. That's a pretty good turn. Pushing 500 through like this is strong. Now, obviously, that makes this next floor horrifying, but we can drop some of the stuff off the floor and not feel too bad about it. Like Votavary here, and then we Subsuming Blade into an Ice Storm, which basically just kills everything, it turns out. So that's pretty decent. Then we hit Deep Offering here for funsies. And Votavary gets shot somewhere, and that's pretty okay, actually. Sure, works for me, in fact. Do I just click Hallowed Halls here? Is that ever correct? I don't think it is. Nah, we want to make sure our Molten Encasement gets blasted. And somehow, he does, so that's exciting. Dripfall here. I'm going to Dripfall the boss, so Votavary, Battle Votavary gets to do 81 damage here. What if I put Votavary on the floor? That enemy actually does hit me, unfortunately. Now, hold up. We can do this, right? Watch this. Wait. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, we have it. Now, did I need to take 16 damage there? No. Am I going to accept 16 damage so I don't have to replay this whole combat? Yeah, that's my fault. I'll take that on the chin. That's fine. You know, that's on me. I didn't need to take that damage, and I shouldn't have, but here I am. Devourer of Death. Alright, that's also pretty good, but I think we were going to need the Endless probably. So let's plan on this Waxen Spike being the angle here. And now, I do think, is space necessary? Probably. I want to put the Gorgons and the Tethys together. Easily, plus a Stealth Tomb, so let's plan on it. Okay, fine. You want 30 health here? Maybe. I'm pretty likely to go ahead and take a full heal post-Seraph. We don't need these shards, though, is the thing. They're not really helping me. No, we're fine. Let's leave. Malika, why is your event so bad? Can we talk about this? I do like a Vortex. Just being honest with you, but I think it's gotta be a dupe here. Because we could hit the -2, remember? Give me it. No! No, Monster Train, how could you? Alright, that's a bummer. We go Chillwind 2, of course. We're gonna go ahead and dupe. This is unfortunate. I mean, the dupe here is still just going to be Ice Storm, so I don't feel bad about this, right? It's an incredible spell, but it's not what I wanted. The plus 30, I mean, I'm going to make Crypt Builder big, right? Huge numbers. The Purge here is Frozen Lance? Probably. Sure. Frozen Lance. Why not? We're going to end up putting a -1 in the Hallowed Halls, and that's going to be that. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Endless Votavary here. I think this... Rather, the Endless Tomb. I think this is well worth it. It already puts us at 200 shards. We're fine, right? Way over. Way over. This is Shade Wings. With enough Ice Storms, I think we're fine here. So I think we can actually take this pretty comfortably. We go ahead and click Gorgon. Tethys. I Ice Storm downstairs. And it's a good turn. We're going to save the Waxen Spike for a better play. Now, I'd like very much to get second Gorgon upstairs, so I will. I am going to drop this thing. You gonna drop a guy off of middle? This is Heaven Seal, which is very risky to mess around with, but I can create a floor that's reasonably killable. So I think we're going to go for this. I will take the Frozen Lance on bottom. I will take a Stealth Tomb upstairs. Will I Deep Offering here? No. Am I gonna Unnamed Tome here? I'm not pushing enough additional damage, honestly. I think I have to drip, and I don't like it. It's not great. This is actually definitely bad, is where we're at here. My plan right now is you pretty much have to play the Stealth Tomb. I need to drop the scary units off the floor here, or things are going to get quite bad. I could self-ping in a reasonable way. I think you need to go... Ah, man, that's not what anyone wanted. You take like 80 damage from this Gilded Wings. Alright. We're going to try this a different angle. This is such a high Pact Shard amount. Ugh. This is such a... I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really like the Pact Shard mechanic. Like, just in general, not a real fan of this. Like, the way that it does, like, this bizarro... I don't know. You know, maybe it's decent. What if instead we Hallowed Halls here? Is this better? I debate... Might be. Could possibly organize this floor in a way that I like. I do think we want to push the drip fall through. I mean, because remember, these little small guys don't bother me at all. Right? No big threat at all. Yeah. Because they get Tethysed. Now, for better or worse, I am kind of stuck here. Okay, Tethys does at least do a bunch of damage, but it's not ideal. So I think you have to drip here. Although I did just give up the Collector, so at this point I'm exploring. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we at least get the Gorgon back, which is something. So we'll take that. I don't know. This is tricky. What is the play here? What is the angle? What is the angle? Now, do I put Tethys in front? There's a good argument for it, because she could sweep out Shade Wings, which saves free hits on the back. It's not terrible to do it. Is the Waxen Spike ever better here? I don't actually think this Ice Storm does anything for us, given Heaven Seal. The Waxen Spike is probably just better, weirdly enough. Okay, let's respect. Definitely want Collector angle here. Now, I could just keep kicking units around. You know, that's certainly an option. It's an interesting choice. I don't really have... I could also Crit Builder out the big tanker here. Ooh, is that ever better than... Hallowed Halls, maybe. I have to do so much work. What if we Crit Builder out the huge tanker here? And I don't get second Gorgon on this turn? So we clear top, no problems. Take money, no problems. What is the angle here? I don't think we're at a point where I can take out doubles of these guys. So I do think strong argument for an ice primitive mold. Deep Offering is too expensive for us to play most of these things out. Let's take the Incant, I suppose. It'll do. This is an interesting challenge. Can I ever push enough damage here? I don't think I can, actually. I don't think I can right now. Okay, so we're clearing the heavies are the big challenge here, which is entertaining at best, but bad at worst. I have 3 heavies loaded up here. It's not great. Can I get Ice Storm here, pushes some numbers through? I mean, we don't even come close to popping those. Heaven Seal was a mistake, I think. It's always a mistake to play Heaven Seal like this when I'm nickel and diming the floors together. I think I do need... I think I need Tethys in front. How do I feel about Ice Storm? I don't think it helps. Let's play the Wax and Spike here. Okay, click that. Okay. Now the next question. I think I actually do need second Gorgon on the floor. Like, just being honest, I think I need this. Now, there's a strong argument for kicking back not the Collector. Well, what else do you kick back, right? What else do you even kick back? It's a good question. Collector's fine. And I wish Hallowed Halls had a -2. I wish Hallowed Halls had a -2. Okay. Man, this floor looks like it should be capable of so much, and yet here we are. Let's kick things around and do our best. Okay. Alright. You pretty much have to click the Stealth Tomb. I don't think there's a world I can't avoid it. I think we're going to drip 1 man, and then I'm going to straight up... What? I think I am going to hit this Deep Offering. I think I just need this play here. I think I do need the scaling more than anything. The interesting thing about this is it does get me an Ice Storm on an interesting turn, which I appreciate. So there's that as well. I have to play the Votavary here. I have to... This is a decent Ice Storm turn, right? We play the Drip on the back to guarantee the Ice Storm hits a good unit here. Now... Okay. Any incant upstairs is pure value, so we should click those incants when we can get them. Remember, this is actually, like, really good. We haven't hit Hallowed Halls yet. Okay, there is a Hallowed Halls here now. I think we need to toss one of these guys off this floor. Okay. You know what? Fair enough, man. Fair enough. We pushed through the floor. It's not what anyone expected or wanted. We do see a double drip here, which is pretty tempting. Yeah, we're definitely doing that. Definitely gotta play Stealth Tomb again. I have to Hallowed Halls here. Now, I think the right drop is actually Super Mega Tanker here. Okay, Mega Tanker's gone. Great. Fine. You have to play Stealth Tomb. I think we have to kick Mega Tanker off the floor. Big man off the floor. I think we can make good progress here. Alright, we're through that turn. Now I have next scary turn. I can actually just drop the tanker behind... That's funny. Behind the boss. And then it actually probably kills Tethys, amusingly. We don't love that, in fact. Dropping Gilded Wings back there is probably the best choice. Alright, well, let's keep playing the incants for the time being. I think this is going to be a better choice. Alright. Great. Votavary. Cool. Continue incanting. I have to drop something or it ends in tragedy. That is a certainty, in fact. I'm going to keep scaling going, actually, interestingly enough. I should probably kill some of these guys on mid-floor. Yeah, let's actually do that. Who's getting the drop? I'm pushing. Big scary man there. Okay, fine. Alright, we cleared this out. Great work. Go team. You know, I'm not really sure what anyone was expecting on this one. Do I really not push this? How close is this? Not even close? How much health does this man have? Excuse me, what? 1867 plus 656. Is this real? I guess this is real. 656. This man has 2,523 health. We're only doing 1983. The guy's walking upstairs with 540 hit points. So the crazy thing is that we lose this because I gave Tethys burnout. The really bizarre thing about this is actually that, like, we make it through this combat all the way to the final moment, and the real thing that hurts here is... The real thing that gets you is I haven't actually clicked Hallowed Halls. Because think about it, Hallowed Halls is worth 10 incants. Absolutely ludicrous. Let's go ahead and just drop this here, it's fine. Still crazy that 4 roll in front like that. That's obscene. That is obscene, actually. We have to save the Unnamed Tome. There's really no way around it. Also, we have to play the Siren of the Sea. There's basically no way around that either. So, the play here is 100%. We're just... We need to connect. Yeah, okay. So, I think there isn't really a good option besides I must connect my... What? What do I have to do here? I have to play the Molten Encasement. There's really no way around it. And I think we also established that I did have to play the Deep Offering here, and there's no way around that either. I think that's true. I could just kill Tethys. But she's actually important. So I won't kill Tethys. I would like to have killed Tethys here, but I cannot have done so. Okay, so in that case, let's continue the incant strategy. Alright, we want to scale Subsuming Blade a little bit. Okay, how do we continue to approach this? You must play one of these. We drip this fellow so I can slam in front. Alright, it works. Okay, this next floor looks really bad, but we basically just drop the heavies off of it. Now, this is actually an important turn because I think we have to click Hallowed Halls here or we lose. As bizarre as that is, right? You then drop a heavy off. We play the stealth. I'm taking 80 damage from this guy, though. Like, let me be clear, he's gonna pummel me. I mean, it's actually maybe a little better because there is Frostbite. Do I live? I do live. Now, of course, you run into the problem where my whole floor is now dead, so that doesn't solve anything. Well, technically viable. Okay, I mean, we're not dead now, which is unreal, I suppose. Let's primitive mold here. It's strange. We all know it's strange. You need to play stealth, and we drop one of these guys off this floor, and somehow we've managed to pull off this number, I suppose. That's a statement. Let's keep scaling on this floor. I mean, so I've sacrificed 60 health in exchange for a better position here. Alright, we get Tethys. Here's Stealth Buddy, and we drop Tethys in, and then we actually have cleared this floor out, unbelievably, so I may as well let it go. And then I... Unnamed Tome now? No, I want to do that next turn. We'll daze for now. It's fine. We have a much stronger turn, at least, because I've managed to play a couple Hallowed Halls, so there's that. Let's play the important cards. Okay, I mean, well, what was I concerned about, right? Just simply trade 60 and you win. We managed to push a ton more damage here, largely due to... Yeah, 100% this is due to the fact that I've managed to get the Hallowed Halls. So we traded a little bit of health, but we live. Alright, fair enough. Is Preserve ever worth it? No. It's not. Alright. Is Sacred Wicks worth it? Honestly, yeah. Actually, second Hallowed Halls? Even better, in fact. Even better. We're going to the right. Fantastic. Great news. Taking money, most certainly. Give me, like, Founding Seal, Monster Train. Okay, these trinkets are bad. Tempered Talisman, Advanced Prototype, Rules of Containment. None of these play nice with my overarching strategies. Sketches is actually not terrible. Improved Firebox is not terrible either. We'll think about those. Remember, because there's always the possibility you draw double Gorgons on this turn. Anyway, we're going to put a -1 into a Hallowed Halls with a Spell Chain. Fair enough. Remove Consume? I don't think so. Plus 10? I don't think so. I get a double stack? I'll 20 consume the last Frozen Lands for sure. I'm going to put a -1 into the other Hallowed Halls. These are things I pretty much have to play. So I want to play these very badly. The double stack is... No, I don't think so. I think removing cards is going to be more compelling. Now, unfortunately, man, the Spell Chain is just not a great dupe here. I am going to take the improved Firebox. I think this is well valuable. Now, we could Sketches and play middle. The interesting thing is I could Sketches, Drip maybe, and play bottom. The biggest challenge is I only have 5 space on middle, so how am I actually ever putting the Molten Encasement down? It's a great question. I don't know. It's not amazing. You ever want to put Tethys with, what, 19 health? 19 HP Tethys? Still dies on turn 1 of the Divinity in this particular difficulty, hilariously. I'd really like to play top, is the thing. Would really, really like to play top. Now, Sketches, the best thing about Sketches is how fast it plays everything out. I could let them just get shot. It's a strong argument to just get them shot. I think the Sketches could be the angle. We could maybe Hellvent a third Gorgon? As bizarre as that seems. Do you ever Hellvent a third Gorgon, Sketches to get all 3 of them out, and then just full YOLO? It's not great, but it's fine. I think it's better than another Hallowed Halls here. The alternative is just another Ice Storm, which is a really good card for anyone keeping track. But I think we want to go third Gorgon here. Sketches. I can afford a removal, so I'll take a removal. And that removal is probably just a primitive mold here. They're good cards, but let me be clear, I think I would rather just only play Hallowed Halls. Now the real question is, what do I actually get out of the Divine Boons? It's what, this double stack? And that's basically just either a Daze 2 or... where is it? Burnout 8. I don't think those are good. I think we just chill at 235. This is a brutal run, I'm going to be honest with you, and we're going to Seraph it through, I think. I think if we can live Seraph, I take the full heal on Divinity. Sure, man, sure. Tethys can go get shot upstairs. I might be able to drip her in. I wouldn't say no to that. We are going to, what, Frozen Lance, Ice Storm, Deep Offering, swing here, drip Tethys onto the floor, hit that Hallowed Halls here, which is actually pretty sick. If you roll Tethys as part of this, it works out pretty well, right? Because she takes the 5th space and then the last Gorgon overflows. Anyway, we're gonna hit Wax and Spike now, which is a respectable turn. And I'm going to actually just incant here for a free, like, 100 or something damage. We would have pushed a lot more numbers through on this one, but it ended up that we didn't get it. And this is a weird situation where I really do just incant a whole bunch. I'm going to let Tethys pass away. And like, I don't really care. What if I drop Tethys on this floor? Interesting. Sure. Get in there, champ. Oh no, she died. You know, it's weird, but fine. And then here it's... I mean, we definitely just slam the Hallowed Halls first. Yeah, see, this is a good turn here. This is a bizarre world everything, right? You drip this man down, we push 1,000 through, he'll die coming upstairs, right? Well, you know, this is not as bad as it could have been. Get back on the floor, champ. I could click the Hallowed Halls here, but I kind of like my triple tax. I guess I could have done this in a different order. This is acceptable, though, right? Yeah, we shoot like a good number through. If I see the other Hallowed Halls here, I click it for sure. Alright, yeah, sure. Get it, Hallowed Halls. Fine. No Tethys on this turn. It's not bad. Drip this man back down. He takes 500 damage, and that's pretty okay. And then we what? We sack Tethys downstairs, and it's fine. Sure, seems okay to me. It's a bit of a strange run, but we're fine with it. I am bringing this man back on this floor for sure. I'm going to go ahead and play the Unnamed Tome here, I think. Go ahead and do as much damage as I reasonably can, and that's a pretty good setup, right? It's pretty good. I think we actually can kick a unit off the floor and push, yeah, thousands more damage here. 33 health, Tethys. Sure, bud, get up here. This guarantees, I think, he has to go back upstairs now to sap upstairs, which is entertaining. And then we what? Ice Storm middle, which is quite powerful. I drop this guy back in. I leave Tethys alone. We incant a bunch. And what? Yeah, okay, we get the Pre-Relentless. Alright, well, never mind. Seraph never stood a chance, apparently. Third Gorgon does a good job. That's a real dicey play. I am going to take a full heal here, That just seems like an effective use of my remaining Pact Shards. We go 255. This will help. Our goal here is basically to play as many Hallowed Halls as the game will let me, and hopefully to get Tethys on the floor. I'm just going to play Tethys and get her shot, and that's fine. She doesn't need to be on this floor. I'm going to go ahead and play a Dripfall middle. Cool, that works for me. This Ice Storm, pretty good bottom floor play. You just be clear with you on that. And we just incant here, and that's fine. It's a free turn, basically. Whole bottom floor is empty here. Great. Alright, cool. And now this is going to be Hallowed Halls 1. I think I'm playing both of these Hallowed Halls here, actually. Just freely here. Fortunately, Tethys didn't show up on the floor. Oh, there we go. We got Tethys. Good job. We just kind of click the Drip Falls here and push 500, and that's okay. Sure. Let's pop one person here. Keep dripping in the back is good. We need to burn these Frozen Lances. What's my next turn? It's a good turn, especially because I can Unnamed Tome this floor, so that means we should definitely double Frozen Lance here and chill. We don't Deep Offering there. Now this turn, we go ahead and smart play the Unnamed Tome Burst. This is necessary, so we don't get the Dark Wings nonsense. Then we click Hallowed Halls, as weird as it seems. Yes, then we click the Hallowed Halls. If we roll Tethys, great. Fantastic. Let's play everything else out. Wax and Spike for sure. Clearing this floor out, incredible. So we can even drip in the back and come out ahead a bit. It's pretty good, actually. It's pretty good. Alright, good. Hallowed Halls again. Yes. These are correct cards to play. Great. Now, this is the turn where I Ice Storm first. Purifying Cleanse, and I think with Primitive Mold and a Drip Fall, yeah, we clear this floor and push 600 through. That's fantastic. Good. You see, you don't want to spend too much on the Hallowed Halls. You want to have a strong turn without it. Honestly, pushing 360 here is huge, right? This is a ridiculously good play. And then we simply shoot one of these things. We drip once in the back. Do I let this thing just walk up? I think we do. I think I legitimately just let this guy 25 hit me and go for the extra turn of days and push like 1,000 here. Okay, the entire strategy here is how do I avoid passing away? It's basically it. So, I'm going to be honest with you. Pyrowings is kind of threatening. In sort of the I lose one Ember next turn way. Pushing him off the floor doesn't save my front fellow, though. Dropping the back guy does. This is, and we only take the one Ember Drain because of the way this works out, so that's reasonable. Now I do want to take this healing up front. I think that's good. I do think I need to drop this one in order to have a chance here. I wonder if we actually kick the mini boss back here. I think I certainly do, right? We have a pretty reasonable shot of possibly pre-relentlessing next turn if I keep playing smart like this. So, okay. Drop mini-boss. Get him off this floor, for sure. Okay, next up is... let's shoot... yeah, let's should have Hallowed Halls first, shouldn't I have? Yeah, I think I needed to Hallowed Halls first. That's a mistake on my part. We do get Tethys at least, so that's good. Let's go ahead and hit the Ice Storm next. I'm going to go ahead and Subsuming Blade the guy in back. And we actually win on this turn. There we go. Great. Cool. A Bizarro World run that I think actually in the end game wasn't as complex to play as I had hoped, or as I had thought it might have been. This seemed dicey, but once we got the -1s into some Hallowed Halls, and more importantly, drafted the second copy, I actually think that was really relevant. We managed to pull it off. The middle floor +1 space was actually really critical, by the way. I wasn't planning around it because there's no way I could have anticipated sketches, but being able to get 2 Gorgons and a Tethys roll and then get the 3rd Gorgon on the floor is actually really strong. So very important that we rolled into that. What else? This is a really tricky run, actually. It took an hour and 30 minutes. I'm kind of bummed out by that, but it's fine. You know, it could have been much worse, I think. So we'll take it. I think we'll take it. What else can I say? I think Mold Braces was a good pick. I think it was a good pick. I think we're happy about it. The Molten Encasement didn't end up getting played at all in the late game, very shockingly. It's really because we finally got the sketches. This basically meant that, okay, I'm playing mid-floor now and I can't fit it on the floor, so we're just going to be reviving our units at that point. I don't think it would have worked on Ring 7, for sure. Ring 7 was scary. We managed to navigate it, but it was tough. If we had hit a -2, I think we could have done it earlier. We actually never saw the -2, so we had a real struggle with the Hallowed Halls in general, but we managed to make it work. In the end, this was a very bizarre run that was difficult to navigate and honestly would have been so much easier if I wasn't at 255 Pact Shards, but sure, it's the name of the series, right? And it's still a victory, so it's fine. What else do I want to call out? Actually, Improved Firebox was a really good pick. I'm glad I had that, right? I'm glad I took the Improved Firebox, even irrespective of the fact that I had the sketches. So, Resin Block was huge, big scaling, it paid out so well, right? It paid out so well in the end. And it was good all the way throughout, no matter what. So, a pretty solid pickup. And the rest of this is, I guess Dripfall did a pretty good job. The fact that it was free was great. Big fan of that. It's cheap. I like that. Free cards ended up mattering a lot with only 3 Ember, so fair. And yeah, that's a run of Monster Train. You know, I think we could have had a much cleaner Ring 7 if I hadn't taken Heaven's Gold, but I also think that we got so much value out of the Heaven Seal. I said Heaven's Gold, you know, Heaven Seal. This thing. I got so much value out of that 400 gold that it really did pay out in the end, but man, it was a tough combat. We had to trade 60 for it, so it didn't end up mattering in the end because I did get full healed by Malika at the very last moment, but still. Which, you know, was a good safety net for anyone keeping track. Although that second mini-boss was doing 80 damage, it wouldn't have mattered. If he leaked and took more than one hit, he would have insta-killed me, so that's fun. But fortunately, Dripfall exists and allowed me to just pretend that boss was not a real threat, so good stuff. And really, that's all I've got for you. It's a long enough episode. I'm going to let you go there. We managed to survive Tethys. Go team. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next. Whew. Take care, folks.